is Mysticka Deniz. Have you ever been punched in the face? I haven't, and I'm hoping today is not going to be the day that I'm punched in the face for the first time. Because today, with me, we have Alina. She is a national level boxer, and she's been boxing for 2 years now. So, hi, Alina.
Hi, Mysticka.
So, how do you feel when you knock someone out? Because I would never be able to knock anybody out, and I'm not about to try it on you today. But if by some miracle I did manage to knock somebody out, my first instinct would be, is she okay? So you can't really do that in a match. So how do you feel when you knock someone out?
It's a great pleasure that when you knock out someone, because it's very difficult in a boxing to knock out, because the opponent remains standing for all 3 rounds, and it's a very good pleasure to knock somebody down.
In your opinion, is it more important for your opponent to fear you or respect you? Because I know that some people they work better when they're afraid of something like.
Yeah, it's both are good, like to be feared also, to be respected also, because those are feared, they are able to do something, and those are respected, they will always remain behind. So it's better to have both, respect also and fear also.
Okay. So if someone is faster than, if your opponent is faster than you, do you have like a strategy if your opponent is faster?
Yeah, you have to defeat him technically.
Okay.
Because the opponent is faster, then he always wants a fast game according to him. So you have to slow down his game by just giving him the opposite game. Like you have to play slow and he's fast, then automatically you are able to defeat him.
Makes sense. Now, I'm a little scared to ask you this, but can you give me like a sample training session? If we're going to have a training session, I think we're going to need some gloves.
So, according to boxing basics, we have to take our left hand here to protect our nose, right hand to protect our cheek. So, first basic is left hand,
Okay.
left and left leg together. Then right punch and right leg together.
Okay.
We must leave one punch one at a time, because if you punch both, then our guard is open.
Okay.
And while missing the punch, you have to miss like this. This is forward and this is like this.
Okay.
And punching the side, because this position, there is difficult to punch on your face.
So I'm aware that footwork is very important.
Yeah. According to your footwork, you are able to move your hands also.
Okay. Can we try that again, but with me trying it on you this time?
Yes, of course. Again left, again right, left. Now your defense part.
Okay.
I'm going to punch. My right hand you have to watch and block it.
Okay.
Very good. Don't get scared. I'm not going to hurt you.
Are you sure?
Yes. I think that's enough for today's session, because Mysticka is very scared.
If somebody is a little younger and they want to start, would they be taught like the same thing as some of the older kids, or is it different for each age?
Everyone, if it is younger or elder ones, like the basic is the same.
Okay.
Because that basic is very important for any of them. I joined when I was older one, like at the age of 17. I joined, so I was given the basic training along with the kids. So for everyone it is the same.
Okay, so you have achieved quite a lot for nationals in 2 years.
Yeah.
Where do you train?
I train in Panjim, Kampal. My coach is Praveen. And first I used to train at home only with my friend Rahul. And then slowly I joined the boxing club. Now I'm training there only.
Okay, so tell me something about your coach.
My coach is my inspiration. Like, is everything. Is the main backbone for who I am today. Because he supports, he encouraged me. There's no words for him. He's that much good.
Is he as scary as you?
No. If you look at him, you'll like fall in love with him.
Taking emotions into the ring, like, do you try to get more angry before a match, or do you try to be more inspired?
Mostly inspired, and aggression is important. Like if there's no aggression, then you don't have that thing like I want that medal. But too much aggression is not good. That will spoil your own game. To a limit is okay.
Why did you choose boxing?
As a normal game, like how football and all, I just thought of, okay, I should give a try for boxing. Then my brother, my sister and all, they used to tell me like, you have the habit of fighting with us and all, just go and do that boxing at least. It's better for you. Then I thought like, okay, maybe it's good, and I was good at it.
So are you thinking of this like in long term? Do you think you're going to be doing this for a long time?
Yes, I want to take it as my career because I want to put a club in our south because there's no club in our south. So I want to many students who are interested in boxing, they will learn their self-defense also, and they'll be strong, and girls mostly will come up. So I want to do as a career.
Okay, so any plans for the Olympics?
Yeah, like right now I'm just focusing on national. Then later on, I was like thinking to try 2020 Tokyo.
Well, good luck for that. Do you pray before you go up?
Yeah, of course I pray because it's not like a simple game. It's very dangerous because there's a lot of chances of bleeding from nose. The teeth may break. What happens, nobody knows. Like, so I pray that whatever I do, if I lose or win, I should come safely out. That's the way that I should give my best, my good game in that.
Which was the first official fight that you lost? When was the first time you lost? And how did you feel?
First time I lost in MP, that is during my high secondary. I felt bad because I lost for my silver medal because it was very hurting like, but it was not the end. So I thought like, okay, that was like a lesson for me that because of some mistake I have lost and I have to do my best and I can do it.
Do you record your matches so that you can look back on them and improve?
Some matches I have recorded, but mostly that matches which I have recorded, I have won in that.
Okay, so you already know before you're gonna win.
Yeah.
Tell us about the solar plexus punch. I'm not sure what it is. So what exactly is it? Explain to me.
Solar plexus is part of under our ribs, which is like when you punch it, it is called a solar plexus punch. But there must when you punch there is a lot of chances to like stop the breath of a opponent, and that time the guard of that opponent comes down for sure, and you have a lot of chances to punch him, and that is very dangerous place to hit. Mostly people use uppercut, left uppercut.
So you avoid that one.
Yeah, we try to block it like this because it's very dangerous. You can get a minor injury from there.
I'm going to be very brave right now and ask you to show me the solar plexus punch, but not hard.
Okay, like this on guard, and this is the left uppercut. This is the right uppercut. Some people use straight punches.
Okay, so when you punch, it makes them out of breath for a while,
Yeah.
and then they let their guard down. So you have chances of.
Yeah, a lot of chances.
Do you play any other sports? Because I am also an athlete, and my coach told me to avoid playing other sports because if you get injured there, I mean, it could affect your training here. So do you play other sports?
Yeah, I play all the sports, mostly football, hockey, volleyball, lot. But my coach encourages me to play because boxing is a combination of all the games. Football, you get stamina. Volleyball, your hands get strong. Hockey, also your hands. It's a combination of games, and my coach tells me play all the games as possible, but don't injure yourself.
What kind of precautions do you take to avoid injuries?
In boxing, basic precautions are our gum shield, our headgear, gloves and bandages inside it, and extreme outside there I use Vaseline to avoid cuts, and sometimes one lotion is there also. You have to apply any lotion so that no cuts you get on your body.
So when your skin is drier, there's more chance of...
More chances of getting cuts. And for face, you have to apply only Vaseline. That's better for boxing.
What are your opinions on WWF?
My opinion, WWF is totally different from boxing because there's no rules and regulations. It's a freestyle game, like you jump, you hit, you kick, whatever you do. But in boxing, there are rules and there are falls in that. There are a lot of chances of that player to get protected in like major injuries. So it's very different, like opposite.
What is the longest fight time that you've had?
9 minutes, because we have 3 rounds in boxing and each round is of 3 minutes.
Okay. Which was the shortest match you've had? Tell me what happened.
Shortest match I had during my high secondary games because my opponent knew who I was, like what my exact game was, and she was so scared. Like when she entered the ring, she didn't punch at me at all. Like she didn't even remove her hand out to punch.
So she panicked a little.
Yeah, and I just went continuously punching because my coach told like you have to play your game, and she just started crying. And
she cried?
Yeah, she had to give a walkover, like.
Okay, and what? Tell me about your favorite game you've ever played. Your favorite match that you've ever played.
Favorite match? I think I played in Goa with the senior girls. I was in junior team. It was very tough fight, and I won, and that was a great thing for me because senior girls they are like international level and all, and it was like good for me. Like I have defeated someone who got medals in international level.
So that further inspired you.
Yeah.
Tell me about approximately how many hours a day you train.
We practice for at least 3 hours. Because I practice for 3 hours because I have to travel from Margaon to Panjim here to reach home early. So give me like 3 hours practice. The actual practice is something at 4 or 4.5 hours.
So you practice once a day?
I go every day, like once in a day. Sometimes in the morning also I do, evening also. Morning I do with my friend Rahul, and evening with my coach.
So other than when you're training at the ring, you also practice at home?
Yeah, I practice basic because basic is very important. When you forget that, you are lost.
So you started when you were 17, and that I know that in sports sometimes you start like quite early. And so what would you tell people who wanted to start boxing? What would you tell? Where could they go to find more information?
Mostly, if you come to Panjim in Kampal, you will only get sub-Provin. And if you ask any coach from any school, like Navelim, Chinchinim, anyone will tell you because boxing is nowadays very famous and they know where it is exactly.
Do you think boxing, it's better to start at an early age, or you should start like around?
It's better to start at early age because when we are young, our body is like little tender and flexible. Your missing positions, your movements are like very smoothly done. But when you grown up and you do, like your body is little stiff. It's hard to do it as quick. For me also it is very difficult to do missing. Like now 2 years past I can do. But young age it is good. Like.
What would you tell parents that wanted to put their kids into boxing?
I'll tell their parents like you can put your children because it's a dangerous game, but it is good for self-defense. Anyone who is doing boxing will become so strong that there's surety that he can defend himself. Like the parents don't have to roam with their child, like bring her. This one is chasing her, that one is chasing her. No, she can roam freely.
So I'm assuming that all of your friends and stuff know that you box. Do they try to mess with you deliberately?
No, nobody wants. From before only they would want to mess, and now I'm in boxing, they are like totally scared.
Okay. Thank you so much for being here today. I know you probably have a very busy schedule at home. So if anybody wants to get into boxing now, you know where to go, and I'm sure you probably learned a little bit, and I surely have learned how to punch today.